Hello, good people. In front of us we have May 2023, paper 2, time zone 1, question number 3. You may pause the video and then try it yourself before we discuss it together. Okay, this question is about sinusoidal. Before we working on this, let's discuss a little bit about sinusoidal so we are in the same page. First, I want you to focus on these three variables. We have A, B, and D. Okay, let's discuss it one by one. I always tell my students to first focus on D. Okay, D is principal line or the middle line. D is just the middle line, principal line. So basically, if we have a line like this, okay, the middle of this one, okay, this is approximately in the middle. This is the principal line, okay, and then the principal line is just the maximum plus minimum divided by 2. Okay, that's the principal line. So in this case, we might need to do this later, yeah, but we can just do it now. So D in this case will be the maximum. D is equals with the maximum is 18 plus the minimum is 4 and then divided by 2. So D is equals with 22 divided by 2. D is equals to 11, meaning the principal line, the middle line of this graph is 11. That's principal line, basically it. After the D, we will go to the second one, which is A. A is the amplitude. Amplitude is basically the distance from the maximum to the principal line, maximum or minimum, yeah, sorry. So what is the distance? This is 18, yeah. The maximum is 18 to the principal line 11. What's the distance? It's 7, okay. Or what's the minimum? What's the distance to the principal line? This one. The minimum was 4 and then to 11. What's distance to 4 and 11? It's 7. Because A is distance, A is, or amplitude is always positive, okay. But what happens if the amplitude is negative? If the amplitude negative, the cost, instead of starting from the top, it's starting from the down here. It will go like this. Okay, yeah, you get the idea. So if the A is negative, it starts from the bottom. Okay, because A is positive, it's start from the top. In this case, the A is positive in the equation, but the A itself is always positive. So in this case, the value of A is equals with 7. But you can do it like this. It's just maximum minus minimum divided by 2. This is another way to find it without the help of the graph. So A is equals with maximum is 18 minus minimum is 4 divided by 2. So A is equals with 7. Sorry, 18 minus 4 is 14 divided by 2 is 7. So A is 7. As you can see, you can also calculate it using the graph if you know what is the principal line. Okay, but if you don't have the graph, you can just find maximum minus minimum divided by 2. It's also work. So that means this is for answer B and A. Sorry, we're not following order. So this is question B, this is question A. Next. Okay, next one is B. What is B? This one. B is referring to the period, but it's not the period itself. B is derived for B is equals with 2 pi over period. Or sometimes it's 360 divided by period. Oh, but what makes it different? So if you're using 2 pi, you will using radian for your calculator. If you're using 360, you are using degree. When will you use radian? We use radian when the period is not that much. Usually the period is, let's say, the number of hour in a day, it's 24. So usually you are using radian. or maybe the number of month in a year, that's also using radian. Okay, but when we're using degree, usually when the period is long. Okay, it's hundreds. Let's see. In our questions, it's up until 300, so we know later we have to use the 360. Okay, so let's calculate the period first. What is period? Period is the time taken for the graph to finish one wave. One wave. What is one wave? One wave is from up back to up again. So this is from the top. Whoop, go to the bottom. Okay, this is half wave. Half wave. Why half? Because to be full, it should go back up again. Up there, which is we don't have enough space. Okay, so this is just half wave, but this is good enough. We can calculate the period using half of this, which is question C. Yeah, luckily. So as you can see, the wave start at 6 a.m. and then this is the maximum one, 6 a.m. here, and then the minimum in this part is 12:15. So it means half wave. Where should I write it here? Okay, I'll write it here. This is question C. Half wave, half period. Half period is equals with 12:15 from 6 a.m. until 12:15 a.m. It means how many hours? 6 hours. 6 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, but the time is in minutes, so we have to change this. 6 hours and 15 minutes is equals with 6 hours. 6 times 60 plus 15. 60 from 1 hour, we have 60 minutes. We have 6 of them, so multiplied by 6 plus 15 from 15 minutes. So it's equals with what is 6 times 60 plus 15? Let's input it to our calculator. Okay, put it on. 6 times 60 plus 15. It's equals with 375. 375. Now this is, remember, this is just half period. The full period, in one period, we have to multiply it by 2, equals with 375 times 2 times 2 times 2. The answer times 2 equals with 750. So 750. So one period is 750 minutes. This is question C. Sorry. Question D. Find the value of B. As you know, B is just 360 divided by the period. The period is 750. I will write it here. So question D. So B is equals with 2 pi, not 2 pi. 360 divided by the period. The period is 750. So B is equals with, put it in our calculator, 360 divided by 750. What do we got? 0.48. 0.48. So this is our B. Next, we have Naomi is sailing to the harbor on the morning of 20 January. Boats can enter or leave the harbor only when the depth of the water is at least 6. At least 6. So when we make this line, I will make another line. Let's use this one. 6 is somewhere around here. Oops, okay, that's good enough. So this is 6. So it can only enter when it is more than 6. Okay. Find the latest time before 12 to the nearest minute that Naomi can enter the harbor. It means we have to find this point. We have to find this point. This is the latest time Naomi can enter To do that, we just input it to our calculator. We have to write it down here first. Question A. It means we have the, what was the function? The WT. The WT should be more than or equals to 6. Okay, let's input it to our calculator. So y equals to, what was the function? The function is a cos, the a is 7 cos bt, b, what was the b? Sorry, I forgot. 0.48 times t, we don't have t, just input x, 0.48x plus d. D was, what was d? D was 11 plus 11. Now we need to make sure it's in degree. Okay, that's correct, in degree. Let's change our mode, our window. As you can see, the x max is 20, the y max is 20, and then the y minus is minimum is 0, and then x min and negative 10. Okay, x max is 480. I will make it because 1 per 8 is 750. I will make it 800. It's okay, so I can see the whole picture. Oh, sorry. This is I'll make it negative 10. Sorry. Now this one is 750 for full. I will make it 800. I would like to see the full graph. Y min negative 1 is enough. Y max 20. Just following the graph. Okay. Graph. Okay, this is our graph. This is the depth of the water, the function. As you can see, we have a full graph plus a little bit more because our x max is up until 800. I would like to see the full graph. Yeah, we need one more graph, which is y2 is equals to 6. And then let's graph this. Now what we need to find is the intersection here. This is the first time that the water dropped below 6. Okay, that point. So second trace intersection, the first graph. Okay, we need to bring it to the near to the intersection. Second curve, guess, not guess, enter. We have 282.46. 282.46. Okay, now we have to give, this is 4 marks, we have to give our way. So our way just like this. You can just make it like this, yeah. Okay, this is the point. We have 282.46. Too big. Sorry. Make it smaller. 282.46, 6. This one is just to show to the assessor, okay, this is my way, I'm using the graph. Doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be good, as long as you show, okay, I'm using the graph. So you let the assessor know that this is your method. Now the question is latest time, so in time. So it means how many hours is that? So we have to divide it by 60. 282.46 divided by 60. It's equals with, okay, let's get this one. 282.46 divided by 60. It's equals with, we have 4.707. It means 4.707 hours. Okay, 7076. Let's make it 7076. This is not the final answer, yeah. Do not make it to 3 significant figures right now. This one meaning 4 hours. And how many? 707. Sorry. Wrong. 4 hours, 0.707 0.7076 times 60 to make it in minutes. We need to change this. This is in hours, 0.7076. We need to make it into minutes. That's why we multiply it by 60. We have 0.7076 times 60. It's equals with 42.45. So it means 4 hours and 42.45 minutes. Let's take a look again. Always take a look at what is the question. The question is the time before 12. It means we start at 6. We start at 6. 4 hours and 42 minutes later. It means the latest time is equals with 6 plus 4 is 10. 42. Okay. Once again, 10 is coming from, we start at 6. 4 hours later, it's 10. 42. 42 is coming from here, yeah? So the latest time is 10:42. That's for question E. Question F, find the length of the time in minutes between 6 and 15 on 20 January during the which Naomi cannot enter. Now, cannot enter means this value. Okay, not enough. Let's use this. Cannot enter means this value. This one, during this time, she cannot enter. How long is this? The question is, how long is this in minutes? Yeah. We start at 282.46 up until this point. We cannot enter this point. What is this point? Let's go to our calculator again. Let's find the second intersection here. Second, trace the intersection. Come on, calculator. You can do it. Okay, enter. Second graph, enter. Guess, not guess. Enter once again. We have 467.53. 467.53, 6. Okay, how long is this in minutes? So for F, I can just write it here so we can see it clearly. For F, the time is equals with 467.53. 467.53 minus 282.46. 282.46. It's equals with. Okay, what's the time? The calculator. Let's input it. Oops. We have 467.53 minus 282.46. Enter. We have 185.07. 185.07 or approximately 185 minutes. Let's check again. Time in minutes, which Lame cannot enter. You don't have to sketch again because you already have your sketch here in part E. This is enough for the assessor to see, oh, this is your method. Okay, so this number 467.53 is not coming magically appear. So you show that this is your steps, even from the other number. That's enough. That's it for this question. I hope this helps you. Thank you.